Remind you at this time to please turn your phone
Spoon
off, or
TV
better still,
live
place
coming
them
to
on
you from
silence
the
as we're
tea
waiting
house
on
of the
his SMS to
Executive
the
Mansion
president. And for
here
those
on
of you
Capitol
who
Hill.
directly
Wherever it
via
is
the press,
you
would
watching
like
us
you
from,
to
we'd love to
move
tell
this
you
way a
welcome
bit
on
so
this
that
very
they can
historic
have
day.
time to
Today
be able
is
to
the
take
second
your
day of
pictures
May
as well.
2024.
Please.
As you can
Thank you
see,
very
the
much.
entire government of the Republic of Liberia is represented. In the far corner there, in the pink, is the Speaker. It's the Senate Pro Tempore of the Liberia Senate, Honorable Yomli Kanga Lawrence. You also have her being flanked by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa. Flanked on the right of the Senate Pro Tempore is Senator Abraham Daros Dillon. We do have members of the diplomatic corps present, as well as ministers of the Boakai administration present, directors and heads of institutions and agencies, both local and international, also present here in the tea house of the Executive Mansion. On today, President Joseph Yuman Boakai will sign Executive Order 131 on the War and Economics Crimes Court. Remember, the Senate and the House of Representatives did concur and signed a resolution for calling for the establishment of the War and Economics Crimes Court, and a part of that resolution also calls on the president to issue an executive order. So the instrument has got consistent with Chapter 2, Article 5C of the 1986 Constitution, says that the president shall issue an executive order to establish the office of the War Crimes Court within the Ministry of Justice. So today, President Boakai will be fulfilling that. And the issue of the establishment of a War and Economics Crimes Court has always been a political tool, either used by politicians doing campaign. We've seen that since post-war Liberia, the first elected president post-war Liberia, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, was faced with the issue of the establishment of a War and Economics Crimes Court. That didn't happen. President George Manawia sent the idea to the legislature, where he said they were to advise him up to when he left office. That wasn't done. President Boakai, who campaigned on the fact of good governance, transparency, justice, rule of law, also did promise during his campaign trail that he would, when elected president, see to the establishment of the War and Economics Crimes Court, where in a country like Liberia, those who are identified as perpetrators of war crimes and economic crimes in this country have been rewarded with lucrative positions, whether elected or appointed, thereby entrenching the culture of impunity in Liberia. On today, the president will be significantly, not just figuratively, signing the end of impunity, the culture of impunity in this country. And it's just not about war crimes, but also economic crimes, where there's been issues and allegations of corruption, economic sabotage, and the rest associated with high-profile individuals all across Liberia. This is a very, 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 very key component. So we're getting all indications that the president is on his way. We've been informed that the president is on his way, and as you can see, the foreign missions are well represented, the international community well represented. The president, according to the joint resolution, will also solicit funds for the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court in our country. We've been informed that the president will enter the tea house here any moment from now. As you can see, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Jonathan Fonati Kofa, is standing right behind where the chair that the president will be seated on. And we see the Minister of State, Sylvester Grisby, also there. The Minister of Information, Jeremy Pia, is also here. And the president is walking. I can see him from my shots. He's walking. He's wearing a gray-like iconic hat that he always wears. He's wearing and gray business suit. From what I'm seeing, the color could probably change because of how tinted the glass is. But President Boakai is walking majestically here to the tea house of the executive mansion. So today is a very, very historic day. Share this podcast and form part of history making as well. My name is Diamond Slanger on behalf of the Spoon Network. We are here to make sure we bring you all of the happenings here. This iconic and historic day here on the grounds of the executive mansion. In 2003, hostilities ceased in this country. 14 years of civil crisis where approximately 250,000 Liberians lost their lives. The country's infrastructure was ravished and up to now has not fully recovered. Liberia is plagued with a lot of challenges due to the bloody civil crisis that ensued in our country. Since then, there's been the calls for the implementation of the TRC report. Also, there's been the president has arrived. There he is. President Boakai enters. President Boakai.
Yeah. AC. Theo.
Yep, blacking off.
The security.
My fellow Liberians, stakeholders in search of justice and peace, our sister branches of government, the legislature and the judiciary, representatives of our partner government and institutions, esteemed guests, the news media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are assembled here this solemn afternoon for a purpose that is not only noble and humane, but also one that we believe holds far-reaching positive implications for our country and our people. I intend, and I have, invited all of you here to join me in consummating a process that was set in motion, deliberate actions and steps towards bringing justice and closure to the scars and memories of our tragic and violent misadventure into more than 14 years of senseless civil conflict. Through the several years following the silencing of the guns, we as a people have endured downpours of agony and an avalanche of recriminations and a clown call from all victims or alleged perpetrators. The conviction that brings us here today is that for peace and harmony to have a chance to prevail, justice and healing must perfect the groundwork. I acknowledge the historic move by our national legislature, both the House of Representatives and the House of Senate, to reach separate and then a joint resolution urging the nation to take tangible steps towards paving the way to bringing a just, healed, and reconciled finally to the issues of that ugly period of the past. The direct representative of the people spoke through their collective and overwhelming vote as they passed the resolution, and so we must act and act now. On behalf of the people of this republic, I register sincere thanks to you, our legislators, and also the Justice and Peace Advocacy community, the interfaith community, as well as the various shares of victims who have for so long restrained themselves with the faith that at long last justice will one day arrive. The nation needs to be united in its resolve to ferret the causes and the effect of the violence that was visited upon our land, to justly apportion the blame and rewards wherever they may lie. And so, to signify in the clearest possible terms our commitment to this justice and the rule of law, as well as to amplify our affirmation that impunity will not be allowed to stand under our watch, I find it only prudent and fair to embrace and further bolster the efforts that the national legislature has so courageously invested in this matter. It is in view of this that I today, Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, signing and issuing Executive Order Number 131, establishing the Office of a War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia. Let the word go forth that we will remain firm in our stand against injustice and impunity, and that we have no doubt that this move will go a long way in helping to restore respectability and integrity to this country, and to be reconciled and united as a people. In this resolve, I want to do so as we think Liberia, as we love Liberia, and build a great Liberia. We urge all to lend their noble effort, all the support it needs, so that once and for all, we can keep our eyes on the forward march and not remain stuck in the ugly memories of our unfortunate past. May God bless you and save our nation.
President Joseph Boakai to now sign Executive Order 131, establishing the Office of the War and Economic Crimes Court, after the legislature signed the joint resolution. There you have the president about to sign, flanked by the pro temp and the speaker. History being made here on the grounds of the executive mansion, and the culture of impunity, aid in reconciliation. Signature touches the paper. President Boakai signs. Not to dwell on the events of our ugly past, but rather bring justice to those who've been hurt over the years. This has been a clarion call from Liberians home and abroad, calling for an end to the culture of impunity. With each pen a stroke. That is the third pen. The fourth pen. There goes the fifth pen. And the sixth and final pen. President Boakai has fixed his signature. with a little smile on his face, a sigh of relief as well, and he keeps the safe pen. There you have it. The weather outside has changed dramatically from sunny to cloudy and gloomy. One pen he gave to the Senate pro tempore. The speaker, one pen also given to the speaker, one pen to the civil society, one pen to the students' representation, one pen, and then one more pen is left in the hand of the president. May 2nd, 2024, and another pen given to the Minister of State for presidential. Cheers and applause from members of the diplomatic corps and those represented here. Stakeholders on cheering. And it is done, folks. Executive Order 131 calling for the establishment of the Office of the War Crimes Court, War and Economic Crimes Court. Pictures to be taken. And President Joseph Yuma Boakai has scribbled his name in the history books of Liberia. Photo ops.
Leo, come.
101 days in office, and President Boakai has signed the historic War and Economic Crimes Court resolution, giving and signing Executive Order 131 after a resolution from the legislature in which it also called for the president to sign an executive order that will call for the establishment of a war and economics crimes court in this country, in a country that has been plagued by division, by scars of wars, by corruption and economic sabotage, and the rest. And the culture of impunity has existed since. President Boakai has fulfilled one of his foremost campaign promises. And this has been a very sticky political fruit that previous presidents had dared not to touch. So we want to talk to those who have attended this program, this iconic program on today, historic program on today, to tell us their thoughts of today's signing. Pardon the shaking of the camera. They have to reposition themselves. Persons here. Handshakes being exchanged between the president and those invited. The weather outside has taken a turn as well. It was sunny when we got here. It's now gloomy. Whether or not you believe in romance and science, or you believe in any of those things. But let's see if we can talk to many persons. George Lobo, afternoon to you.
Oh, good afternoon, Dama.
Spoon TV here. How do you feel that today, finally, what others will say, people will say that President Boakai has officially signed to end the culture of impunity in this country?
Dama, as you know, we ran on our winning campaign. We made promises to the Liberian people. And ending the culture of impunity was something we ran on. And again, we told the Liberian people that we elected a leader with character, one who they can trust. And again, he has come forward with his word. President Boakai has fulfilled his commitment, like he said, and this is where we are at this particular point in time. I think this is the beginning, the end, ending the culture of impunity in Liberia, and I think you just saw that being demonstrated by His Excellency, President Joseph Boakai.
There are critics of the president who have said this is just a signing and after that there would be anything else done, because he's in political relationship, marriage if you want to call it that way, with someone revered to be one of the key perpetrators of mayhem in this country. Do you foresee this going any further other than just signing?
One thing I do know, I've always said to you before, if I never trust anybody, I trust President Boakai. And on the basis of that, I can assure you people that he's a man of his word and he will keep his commitment. And so, listen, people can speculate, people are entitled to their opinion, but I can tell you that President Boakai will come through on his word. And President Boakai, I know what he stands for. He's a man of character. He promises that we're going to do his back. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. So President Boakai exits, and we'll we'll engage ourselves in more conversations. And Senator Dillon, the media, sir. Senator Dillon, this signing, what does this mean for Liberia and Liberians, and what you have also been campaigning and talking about?
Antonio Boakai came out, he did what the first step today is correct. And it's a turning point in our country's history, the beginning of the end of the course of imperialism in our country.
Thank you. The speaker is here. Honorable Speaker, the media, sir, you presided over the resolution being signed in the House of Representatives, and today you here. What does this mean to you, not just as a Speaker of the House of Representatives, but as a Liberian as well, sir?
I actually had goosebumps when I saw the president signing the executive order establishing the War and Economic Crime Schools. Justice was delayed, and no matter how long, but it will not be denied. Our people today will see the cause of justice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The Speaker of the House of Representatives there, Honorable Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa, also present. Representatives from the student body, the ECOWAS representative to Liberia.
Welcome to the media. Now, you witnessed the signing of the World Economic Crime School by His Excellency the President. What does it mean for the sub-region, especially Liberia?
Well, for the sub-region, the peace of every of course, you know,
My name is Nathaniel.
because when one house is on fire, it doesn't mean that the other house is on fire. So for ECOWAS, the primary concern is the peace and stability in Liberia to ensure development. Because we know that trauma can be transferred. Therefore, the healing of the nation is key to find lasting peace.
Thank you. The ECOWAS representative to Liberia, Ambassador Joseph Nkrumah, there. So we are wrapping up.
President Boakai has decided to touch it at the stroke of 6 pence. So today, he signs the executive order 131 establishing the office of many like this is a giant step taken in making sure that the culture of impunity is ended in this country. For over the families of over 350,000 plus victims and those who have lost not just their lives and their family members, but also for the setbacks that this country has incurred through the 14 years of civil crisis. This is the dawning of a new day. President Boakai, it is not for us to dwell on the happiness of our ugly past, but to also reconcile this country and make sure we bring to end the culture of impunity. This has been all across the world, and this fact was found with not just Nigerians, but international partners. All the Colombians come from, where we move so much of the functions of those who are appointed. The way we work and economic transformation, questions that are but the Constitution has said the legislature can establish laws in this country, and one of such laws will be that of war and economic growth. Whether it be a national court or whether or not one of the courts already established, these are many of the questions that Nigerians are yearning to get answers to. But what they've gotten an answer to today is the design sounding of the pens as President Boakai takes his signature, executive order, the skies turned as the president signed, and whether or not you're a believer of omens and signs, that is for you to interpret. On behalf of the entire team, again, Sylvester Chulopole has been out here providing us still photographs and all of that. We tell you thank you for watching and bye-bye.